asked you to stop making videos about me that were based on information and were slanderous. This email is to formally request you to remove all videos about me on your channel, especially the most slanderous ones. Having requested the removal, and now me asking you to stop harassing myself and my family, your actions beyond that last request and this point make legal matters
No.
myself and my family over the last 7 or more years. You've made videos about my Patreon.
No! Stop it! Naughty! Bad Onision! I mean, are you out of your mind? Are you out of your goddamn mind? What are you talking about? Have you forgotten how, like, reality is? Have you forgotten how the world works? Have you forgotten how YouTube works? Have you forgotten how slander works? Well, clearly you don't understand what slander is or ever have understood what it was, or you'd understand that you're one of the most slanderous scumbags of YouTube. But no, it's Repzion that is. You know, Repzion that's just addressing something you've said publicly online and discussing comments that were made about you from a conversation he's had with one of your patrons that you verbally abused and publicly shamed for removing a $2 pledge. Hi guys, how you doing? Thanks for joining me today. Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed today's video, please do leave it a like and subscribe if you want to help support me and my channel. Guys, I have a Patreon. It's pretty cool. I've been kind of neglectful to my responsibilities recently, and as such, I've lost a vast amount of my patrons. As well as that, I've lost a vast amount of my subscribers. I'm talking about nearly half of my patrons. It's just been steadily declining month after month. The same with my subscribers. So I urge you now more than ever that I am going to strive to do better, to be less distant. It's basically my mental health that can get in the way sometimes. I can get into these cycles of depression, these downward spirals. You kind of get stuck in it and you feel more and more afraid of talking to people and discussing things. So a lot of you with mental health issues will understand what I'm talking about. If you were to join my Patreon now at $5 or more, you would gain a huge catalogue, a massive library of exclusive content. This is tons of gameplay videos, we have movie reviews, all sorts of stuff, photography, and there will only be more uploaded in the near future. So, link to my Patreon will be down in the description. It's pretty simple, patreon.com/physic_talks. So, moving on, let's get past that now. We're going to be talking about our bestest buddy, the android Mr. Onision, who has been the most charming of men recently and has bullied someone that has been financing his life. Good job! That's great of you to do that. I'm sure they were thrilled. In fact, no, they weren't thrilled at all. They were kind of annoyed, but they were very much a man about things, because you don't know what it means to be, you know, be the bigger man. You don't really understand what that sentence means, do you? Because you constantly just hold grudges over petty things when other people are like, look, I kind of don't care. I kind of just want to get on with my life. Can you just leave me alone, please? The thing is, Onision loves money. He loves money so much. It's probably his highest priority, and I'm not saying he doesn't care about his content or his viewers. I'm just saying he really does put money above everything else. You can see this very clearly when he will choose subject matters for his videos that his fans don't care about or want to see at all. He just knows that it will gain views because of them being related to some sort of current drama or something he can squeeze a bit of juice out of. You can also see that he will repeat the same topic. Eugenia Cooney, he would constantly talk about her when nothing was emanating from the discussion. He was repeating the same video over and over because he knew it would be popular, thus exploiting a girl's very serious mental health condition for money. Woo! What a man! Whoa! So, recently there's been some hubbub about Onision and his patrons. So, for those of you that don't know, Patreon is a service in which creators can set up an account and then their fans can pledge a certain amount of money monthly to them in return for some rewards, as they're called. So you could pledge $5 a month to someone's Patreon to get a certain amount of rewards, pledge $10 a month to get more rewards. That's the sort of thing going on here. So Onision has a Patreon because a lot of his videos get demonetized, but he seems to think that when people watch his videos, that's not supporting him because they're not actively paying him money, when in actual fact they basically are. By watching his videos, you are watching his adverts, and that gives him money. So he seems to think that unless you give me money directly, paid it right into my bank account, you're horrible and I don't care about you, you're useless to me. So this is his thinking. So he decided to do something just great, just the best of business decisions. He decided to combine his $1 pledge and his $5 pledge into a $3 pledge. So those paying $1 would get more rewards, but would have to pay a little bit more, and those paying $5 would have to pay less to get the same rewards. I get the idea, but it's stupid because the whole point of Patreon is that you should be allowing your fans to pay basically as much as they want. And I think anyone that has a Patreon should have a $1 tier, so people can pay basically the lowest amount they want to still join into this community. So Onision decided to do this, and by doing this, surprise, surprise, he lost a lot of patrons. But when I say that, it doesn't really mean much. He still earns thousands of dollars. Let's take a look at his Patreon right now. And yeah, by the start of the video, we'll also be talking about how Onision is now deciding to sue people over slander, which doesn't make any sense. And this all revolves around this stuff about Patreon, because Repzion spoke about this, and from that, Onision decided that's worthy of taking to court over. Jesus Christ, it baffles my mind, Onision. How can you be this ridiculous? So, Onision, wow, he's gained even more patrons since last time. Onision currently has 515 patrons and makes $2,144 a month from this Patreon. So, when he lost one $2 pledge, so that's someone that's been donating $2 a month to him, he decided to have a go at them. Because how could you do that to me? Good God, you horrible person. You've decided to stop actively paying me monthly off of your own back, you bastard. How could you do such a thing? So it's insanity. It's actual insanity. Onision would do this. So let's take a look at the comments that were made. So Onision starts by saying, "Hey, it's Greg. You were once a patron of mine. Is there anything I could do to ever earn your pledge back? My Patreon is such a huge deal to me, and so are my patrons. I'm so lucky to have them. I hope you respond. Thank you." They respond by saying, "We literally had an argument a few months ago. I support Shane. End of discussion. I'm not paying you money to be an internet slimeball, man." An incredibly fair comment. "If you want to earn your pledges back, you'll quit being an SJW and go back to the old Onision that wore a banana and minded his own business." Onision then says, "Thank you so much for ever supporting me in the first place. Farewell." This continues in a response that says, "I don't believe you're a P as much as I don't believe Shane is. I just will politely retract my patronage. I'm not going to be a psycho and lose it on you because I don't want hate videos about me." I get you. "But we can both agree to disagree about this, and I'll continue watching Shane. I'm not holding this against Lainey either, still subbed and still watch her, but I just can't respect your views anymore. Thanks for the 9 years of entertainment, have a good one." This is what I was talking about being the bigger man. This person is, saying, look, We have different opinions. I support someone else that you've been incredibly horrible to, and I'm moving on. So thank you for these past, years. Onision then responds by saying, "So I entertained you for 9 years and you turn your back on me because I called a guy out for being undeniably creepy? He even admitted and apologized for how creepy he has been. What is your logic? Punish me because the guy you're defending agrees with me? No, Onision, you are using..." Right, okay. This does my head in, Onision. You are the biggest hypocrite. Yeah, what's new here? But his double standards blow my dick off. He constantly harasses people for taking everything out of context, for twisting the context for their own agenda. And Onision, you do that all the time. What you're basically trying to say here is that Shane Dawson admitted to harassing children and has apologized for harassing children. Has he done that? No. No, he absolutely hasn't. If he ever apologized in any way, it was only because he was forced into that position by hundreds and thousands and millions of people because of you and your terrible comments. You have forced this to happen. He has never admitted to being creepy because he's not. He's made some, just silly remarks, silly jokes that you blew completely out of context for your own agenda to rip someone to pieces that you have a petty grudge on. It's pathetic, and it's pathetic that you're still trying to make it out like he's some kind of bad guy when he isn't on any level, and this person clearly knows that. In response, to be honest, I've been watching less and less of the past few months too, so... Oh, and sorry, let's hold on now. As well as that, what? What kind of response is that to someone for thanking you for 9 years of entertainment and saying, sorry, I just have to move on? Oh, you that has been paying money to me off your own back for the sake of helping me and my family and my channel and my life? You horrible piece of shit. How could you do that to me, buddy? To be honest, I've been watching less and less the past few months too, so there's another factor. But yes, I'm going to stop watching you because I strongly disagree with your views. Chill out, man. I don't want to argue. My God, this person is being calm and patient, and I have a lot of respect for them for doing this. I wouldn't be able to chill this much. My one less view and $2 is not going to bankrupt you, Greg. And you didn't just call the guy creepy. That I would have been whatever about. You called him a child. Slight difference between the words creepy and child. Exactly. Absolutely. Onision is very clearly in this context, in this situation, trying to make it out like he is a terrible person when really there is a massive difference between what we're discussing here. I do want to make a correction. I misgendered Laney above and I do not want to disrespect them. I apologize for that. Still being incredibly polite and calm. Child do and say exactly the things he did and said. You have experience of this, do you? Like, what are you talking about? Do I really need to go through the long list of things he did directly to children again? The long list of things. Onision, in your experience, you have only discussed 2 situations in which he's made in which he's made crude, ridiculous jokes. Wow, that's a huge long list of how he's been harassing children for years. Good one. Do I need to go through the long list of disgusting things he said about babies and very, very young children? He is a He literally harassed a near 12-year-old girl repeatedly on camera. No, he didn't, Onision. What were you watching? He said... Well, I'm not going to repeat what he said, but that was very clearly a joke. It was a satirical joke about how excessive and ridiculous the entertainment industry can be. I make it sound like it was a more intelligent joke than it was, but that's all he was doing. He was being on the nose, in a sense. This is also his cousin. He was just making a joke with his cousin. Calm down! No, he's not a Onision, let's use your logic, you double standards bitch. Let's use your logic. You have in this case, you have been a horrible predator for most of your life, most of your adult life. You've got with kids when you're in your 20s. You've got with a 16-year-old when you were, 24? I can't remember the ages these days. But that's not right, man. That's really not right. It's also not right to rate how attractive your children fans are. It's not right to say that you would bang your children fans on camera. You know, Onision, you're the problem here. You're the bad person. This is just you projecting, and it is so unbelievably petty and obvious. It's crazy. So this brings me on to Onision wishing to sue Repzion. Oh god. Let's have a look at this email, this message. Some time ago, I asked you to stop making videos about me that were based on misinformation and were slanderous. Which ones were those? This email is to formally request you remove all videos about me on your channel, especially the most slanderous ones. Again, Onision, which ones were those? Do you want to remove all the horrendous slanderous videos you've ever made about people? You know, the ones that were actually slanderous, where you actually slander people. Having requested the removal of said videos formally, and me now asking you to stop harassing myself and my family, by making response videos to you, by discussing the things you publicly say on your YouTube channel is somehow harassing their family. When you've actually harassed people, haven't you, Onision? You've actually harassed Shane Dawson. You've actually harassed Billy. You know, you publicly humiliated her, spreading her private information online, putting her in a point where she felt actually endangered by you. But no, it's Repzion that's the horrible slanderous person. It's Shane Dawson that's the horrible child What the hell? What the hell? You've made countless videos harassing myself and my family over the last 7 or more years. You made videos about my Patreon, which is a huge source of income, and as a result, I can prove financial damages. But you can't though, can you? Because that doesn't make any sense. Like, how could you possibly prove that? And as Repzion has pointed out, since he made that video, you have gained a significant amount of patrons. You have gained over $200 a month from him possibly making that video. So you can prove this how? You just say things, don't you? You just say things and hope people will believe it because you are so delusional. You're so delusional and drunk on your own ego that you think that people will just like be fine with this. We have undeniable harassment. I can additionally prove slander with undeniable evidence, and we have undeniable damages as a result of your actions. Except they're all lies, really, aren't they? He hasn't harassed you. He hasn't slandered you. He's just publicly responded to videos you've made online. In every way, it's been fair use. So what the goddamn hell are you talking about? Onision then goes on to explain how he's CCing his network, and he's saying that he has a certain amount of time to do this, 72 hours, to remove all of these videos, all of these slanderous, harassing videos. His network is probably laughing just as much as I am right now about this. It's crazy. So that's what's been going on with Onision recently anyway. I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. If you have, please do leave it a like and subscribe if you want to help support me and my channel. Like I said, Patreon's there, link in the description. Check it out. Check out my Twitter. Come join me as I haven't been on there much recently, but I want to more. I'm sorry, guys, okay? I really am. I need to do better, but it's tough. It's really tough. It's been really, really hard the past year. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. I will see you in the next one. Take care now.